Hi, crafters, and welcome to Finish It Friday, episode 164. So here's where we left off on Wednesday. So we have our base card, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have our layer card, which is 4 by 5 1/4. We have two strips that are 3/4 of an inch by 5. We have two strips that are 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. And then you will pick one of the following for your focal or greeting point. So either 2 7/8 by 2 1/8 and a 2 3/4 by 2, which will give you a smaller frame. Or if you want a larger frame, you'll do that 2 7/8 by 2 1/8, but you'll reduce this down to a 2 1/2 by 1 3/4. Okay, so here we go. Now, I've already done this piece for you, but I'm going to show you how to do it. And I already have these weaved, and so I'm going to show you how we do that. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some texture on these two pieces. So I'm going to grab out, trying to find, I don't use it very often. I'm going to use, since we're giving kind of like a Northern Lights Aurora Borealis look, I'm going to use this circular dots embossing folder. And first I'm going to emboss this. I wonder if I can get all of them on. I put some repositional tape on this just so it'll stay in place. Oh, it looks like that will work. I'll put that there. We're just going to do a bunch of circles on those. All right. So you can't see it over here to the left of my counter, but I'm going to be embossing that. It's a 3D embossing folder, so I'm going to use platform 1 and platform 4. All right, so let me go ahead, put that through there. Oh goodness, it's sliding a little bit. All right. So now let's take off those pieces. And sometimes I'll take like a white ink pad and I will highlight those raised parts, but I'm just going to leave it the way it is. All right, so let's go ahead and put this back over here. All right. So now I'm going to put some glue on the back of this. I'm going to let it set for a little bit. This is just the multi-purpose glue in a precision tip bottle. Can you tell I didn't sleep very good last night? All right. Gonna mix my words. And then we're gonna put it on the back of this. Sorry if that noise is offensive or annoying to people. All right. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put that at the high point instead of the low point. Kind of mimic like sun, moon, beams, whatever. All right, let me get this down closer to me so I can get that frame better. I have my fingers under here until I figure out if I like the frame width all around. I do, so now I'll press it down. Now I'm going to take these, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make sure I like the frame look. And I'm going to press that down. Now I'm just going to put a couple blocks over it just to help with that while I create this piece. I'm just going to take out a scrap from here, so it's not going to be the same size. To show you how I did this, you're going to take some blends. So I'm going to get a pink, a lighter blue, and a purple. All right. And you're going to use just any sort of plastic bag you have. All right. Now the next part after the coloring can be done with either water or with alcohol, whichever you choose to do. When we get to this edge, so I'm putting down on this piece of this plastic bag, I'm just putting some colors down. Then I'm going to take, I have alcohol in here. Now, like I said, you can use alcohol, you could use water. I'm using alcohol just because my inks that I used are alcohol based and it seems to dry faster, but I'm going to spritz that, get some movement on there, and then I'm going to put this down and press down. You also, if you don't have like a plastic bag, you can also use cling wrap, saran wrap. But there, now there I didn't move it as much, so we have more of it being kind of in a row. Here I kind of scribbled in circular lines, and that's why we got more motion on that one, more movement. All right, and if you don't like the way it looks, now take because you want to make sure this is dry before you use your markers. If you wanted to put some more on there, go like this and do it a second time. Now realize if you are building up or making it too wet, your basic white cardstock may not hold it well. So there, see, I got a little bit more movement. In that case, if you're going to do layers like that, I would suggest using either the extra thick white cardstock or to use your watercolor paper, your Fluid 100 watercolor paper. All right, so now we have it a little bit more modeled through. All right, so then you're gonna set that aside to dry. With the alcohol, it doesn't take long to dry, but I thought it was gonna be too long for this video, because you know, I do have to punch in for work, unfortunately. So let's go ahead and bring our card components back. Those, ooh, sorry, that's right by the microphone. So these should now be dried. Now here's the bad thing. Even though this is repositionable tape, you want to be careful when you peel it off, because not only is it sticking to your cardstock, but it's been pressed through on your Stampin' Cut Emboss machine. So it's really, really pressed down into that paper. Now I see I'm getting some parts of it are left. Then I will bring over like my tweezers and try to get the remaining parts. Just using this, it kind of go under there. All right. Oh, and I ended up ripping it, I think. Yeah, I did. Just a little bit. I'm not having good luck. If you guys watched my video where I used the masking paper. All right. Well, that, and if you wanted to, and I'm afraid, because this is, I'm not sure how this will look. Yeah, that one's too dark. Do I have a lighter one. Here we go. It is kind of dark, but I'm all right with it, I guess. All right, because after that dries, I can always take the lifter and lift some of that off. All right, and we'll let it dry. Might have made it worse, but. And I probably could have run it through without the repositional tape on there. I just wanted to make sure that those stayed pretty much in line. All right. I'm fine with that. It's going to dry even more, but what's a night sky if it doesn't have a little bit of... I could go like that. Could go like that and cover it all up, but I don't think I want to. I was really planning on putting it down here. All right, so down here, let me grab out my Light and Wonder stamp set. I still have it in the old containers. So let's do Love. And I want something a little bigger. Do I want to use the light? Let's see. All right. You know what? Maybe I will just... All right, let me see. I think this might work. Yes, we'll put these two on there. How about that? May your day be filled with love. Let me get out one block. I'll stamp it at the same time. Let me get my memento. Since you have two different stamps on here, if you're worried that you're not going to get a good inking, you could use your positioning machine, your Stamparatus, your MISTI, whatever you end up having. And let's go ahead. Just press that down. There we go. So let's go ahead. Get some glue out. Let's get that centered. Let's pop it up just a little bit. Oh, I'm down to the end of these. Time to get another card or another sheet prepped. Let me see if I have another one in here. I have minis. Here we go. Here's one that hasn't been prepped yet. Oh, it has been, but it looks like it didn't keep it too well. Huh. Yeah, this one didn't work for some reason. You see that? This might be from Paper Pumpkin, because I've noticed that the backings on the Paper Pumpkin are a little bit different. It doesn't really stick. And as you can see, it looks like they're a little bit of a different height too. hyphen shape. So these must be from Paper Pumpkin. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's put that right there. Let me grab out my favorite embellishments in the world. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna put these kind of where those ickies are. So it kind of looks like they're framing it. I'll just put one down here because we like our odd numbers, of course. All right. So there you have that one. Let me show you the other two that I did. This one I used from the annual catalog, grab it from over here, the Love and Courage stamp. So when you purchase this stamp from the annual catalog, $3 goes to cancer research. So $3 the purchase price. So that's always good. So then I did this. I ran this through one of my new favorite folders, that beautiful pattern. Ooh, sorry, there's a glare. Beautiful pattern embossing folder. So you can kind of see that. And this I cut down because you can see there's no stitching on the bottom. This was from, I think it was, no, what's that called? Let me find it for you. Oh, it's something Notes. It's going to be the last one I pick up. Where is it? Oh, I might still, oh, here. Is this it? Yeah, this is it, sorry. So, Textured Notes. So see, it's this one right here that I cut down. Oh my goodness. Now this thing's going to try to fall out. Sorry. One of my circle dies is trying to escape their case. Yes, so that's what I did on that Blackberry Bliss layer. So that's why there's not stitching in the bottom of that. All right. The last one, I actually took the strips and I drug, I think this is Crumb Cake and Basic Beige. Drug it on the strips to give you a wood grain look. Then again, I used repositionable tape to overlap them and then cut them from corner to corner to kind of give you that mitered look. All right, there you are, guys. There's my examples for this Finish It Friday. Go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you don't mind. Share on your social media. Share it with your friends. If your friends haven't subscribed, ask them to subscribe. I show how everyday real stampers stamp. And my cards aren't going to take an hour to make, even though sometimes I don't mind doing that, but not on a video. So mine are usually more simple cards with lots of techniques. I love techniques. So if you think you have a friend who might like that, have them subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great Friday. Bye for now.